By January 1st, 2025, Ontario was supposed to be fully accessible. It was a target set 20 years ago by the province, but disability advocates say the new year has brought a broken legislative promise.
Instead, we woke up to a province that's still full of soul-crushing barriers.
Lawyer David Lepofsky, who is blind, spearheaded the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act, or AODA, a law unanimously passed in the Ontario legislature in 2005.
All those in favour, please rise one at a time and be recognised by the press.
The legislation required the government to lead Ontario to become fully accessible for people with all kinds of disabilities within 20 years.
They had to enact a series of regulations called accessibility standards that told people what they got to do and when they got to do it by. And they had to effectively enforce those standards. Now, the government did some of that, and we made some progress, but nowhere near enough.
The standards include transportation, public spaces, and education, for which the province says it's invested $1.4 billion a year for school boards to support students with disabilities since 2020. But for advocate Bianca Dahl, speaking at a public hearing in November, it's still not enough to tackle the daily challenges faced by people with disabilities.
The helpful wheelchair ramps from Stopgap, I live down kind of Queen Street West area. They're a huge support. They allow people that are wheelchair bound or in scooters to be able to get in and out of stores. But the problem with the Stopgap ramps is that they actually reduce the amount of usable sidewalk space.
There are also to be fines for persons or organizations convicted of an offense under the AODA, including up to $100,000 for a corporation for each and every day or part day that an offense happens.
Their enforcement has been paltry and pathetic.
But the Ministry for Seniors and Accessibility says Ontario is meeting, achieving, or exceeding the AODA standards, adding in a statement, in part, this includes historic spending in infrastructure, school upgrades, new and retrofitted hospitals and long-term care facilities, as well as public transit investments in Go Transit, Go Trains, Go Buses, and Go Stations, plus over 2,200 new accessible buses being delivered province-wide. The AODA Alliance says Ontario needs a new approach to make this law live up to its true potential, and it's set to unveil the next steps in its campaign in the coming days. At Queen's Park, Michelle Mackey, City News.